Hi everyone, welcome back to this channel. I'm Jyotishri. I'm a freelance content writer and a social media manager, and on this channel you get to see videos on freelancing, content writing, social media and earning money online. And if any of these things interest you, consider subscribing to this channel. Now today we are going to talk about a very interesting and hot topic, which is time management. And I'm going to tell you how I manage my time as a freelancer, as a content writer, social media manager and a YouTuber, which is already a lot of things and it's not easy to juggle all that. And time management is that one thing that nobody has figured out. Yes, there are a few people who have nailed everything regarding time management, but most people you see are really struggling with time management. And if you think I've got everything together, it's not like that. Time management is definitely something that I struggle with. I do manage to do a lot of things, but it takes a toll on my mental health. I feel overwhelmed, I get burnt out. All that has happened quite a few times, but I know there are a few things regarding time management that really help me, and if I am able to implement this on a day-to-day basis, I can manage my time really well. So I'm going to share these 5 things with you so that you can manage your time well. Without any further delay, let's get started. So whenever I start my day, these are the few things that I try to tell myself or try to follow. The very first one being, do not put too much on your plate. Now you will find many people, or you might be that who is putting a lot of tasks on the to-do list, and at the end of the day you are not able to finish them and you end up feeling bad, feeling unproductive. So the very first thing that you need to do is not put a lot of things in your plate. Do not try to tackle a lot of things on one single day. For example, there are days when I do not feel like writing, and I do not force myself to write on those days, because I know if I do that, the quality of my writing will not be as good. I rather edit on those days. So what I have decided, or what I have tried and figured, is there are days when I'm totally focused on writing, so I write and I leave it there, and on the next day if I'm not feeling like writing, I go back and edit those articles. So that's how I tackle my work at the moment, because if I edit and write on the same day, it can get very stressful at times. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to always divide my tasks into different smaller tasks and divide those in different days, and not keep everything on the same day and then burn myself out. So if you have a lot of tasks on your plate, try to prioritize which is the most important ones and keep those in your to-do list. If there's anything else that you can shift to the next day, do that, and that's how you can minimize your tasks for the day and keep moving the things to the next days. Now after you're done with this one thing that works great for me and might work great for you is time blocking. Now this is something that used to really sound very fancy to me and I did not try it out, but now that things get overwhelming and I feel I have a lot more stuff to do than I had 6 months or a year back, so I have started following this. So I time block different times of the day for different things. So for example, let's say I wake up at 8 a.m. I take 1 hour for myself. From 9 a.m. to let's say 11 or 12 p.m. I block that time for writing. So during that time I try to avoid all distractions. I try to not look at my phone or check my emails or go on social media, although there are days I do that for 5 minutes, which I'll come to later on. But most of the times I try to keep that time distraction free so that I can get the work done. Now when I'm done with writing on a day when I have to create content for my social media or content for my client, then what I do is I complete my lunch and then I sit for 2 to 3 hours to maybe do some research, or to maybe write the content, or decide what content we are going to go ahead with for the day. And that's how I block different times of the day for different tasks, and that really helps me get things done. If you want to try out time blocking, do that with your calendar. I think I've tried doing that with my Google Calendar, and it works really great for me. I can see, the time blocks and when I need to do what visually. Then I get reminders on my phone or on my laptop about when I should do what and what task is pending, and that really is very, very helpful. The third thing that is something I figured out myself is work according to your energies. This wasn't something that I heard a lot of people talk about, or I'm not sure if people still talk about it, but I figured that since I am in a profession right now where I write content, I do social media management, and these are not mundane stuff that you can do without putting any thought into it. It does require some creative energy. So the energy that I have is not the same every day. Even if you take a day, even if I take 24 hours, the level of my energy is not same throughout the day. It keeps varying. When I wake up, I have a certain energy in myself. During the afternoon, my energy levels change. So I try to optimize my tasks and my work according to my energies. Now, when I spoke about time blocking, it doesn't work on a lot of days because I don't have the energy to, maybe write an entire article right after I wake up one day. Maybe I'm not feeling as productive. So I interchange the tasks. So let's say I'm not feeling very productive during the morning, or my energy levels are not that high. I start with some low intensity tasks, like maybe going on Instagram and coming up on stories and having a conversation with someone, or deciding my content strategy. I try to do some light tasks that I really enjoy to set the tone, and then when I feel that my energy levels are going on the higher side, I start working on the projects that need a lot of my focus and energy. So this is something that you really need to figure out, whether you are a student or you are in a job, or you are managing a job and a side hustle. You really need to focus on your energy levels. Not taking a lot of work on your plate really helps in this. If you end up taking a lot on your plate, you won't be able to optimize the tasks according to your energy levels, because if you have to do something, you have to, and then it doesn't matter whether your work quality is up to the mark or not. So that's a different thing altogether. And sometimes those things are unavoidable, especially when you are working in offices. You have to work even when you don't want to. There are days when you don't feel good, but you still got to work. So that's a different thing. But if it is possible for you to work according to your energy levels, please do that. Do not ever force yourself to do something. The next one is the very famous, something I think that everyone has tried. This is the very famous Pomodoro Technique. If you don't know what it is basically you work for 25 minutes and take a break for 5 minutes. Again you work for 25 minutes, again you take a break for 5 minutes. You can customize this as per your convenience, like you work for an hour and take a 15 minutes break and so on. Now this is something that I do or I use on days when I do not have deep work energy levels, when I am feeling the urge to check my social media or do something else. So I use this Pomodoro technique in those moments. So I do the work for maybe 25 minutes or half an hour, and then I give myself a 5 minutes break, and even this has really helped me. It fulfills your urge to do these things, and again you can focus on the work that you are doing, so you don't feel the FOMO thing that you are missing out on something. And yeah, this is quite an easy and a popular time management trick. If you have not tried it, please do try it. and let me know in the comments how it worked for you. And the next time management tips goes well with the first one that I said, that do not take too much on your plate. This one is always have buffer time. So for example, you are taking a task in hand and you need to set a time for it. Always have buffer time. Let's say you have to write an article and maybe you can finish it in 2 days, but you can tell your client that it will take 3 days, so that you have some buffer time in your hand, because life is unpredictable. You don't know what can happen the next moment. And as I said, as happens with me, my energy levels are not the same every day. So in these cases, having buffer time for certain tasks can really help you manage the task, manage your time, and manage your mental well-being. So these are the 5 things that I follow to manage my time. Nothing fancy, nothing out of the world. If you haven't tried any of these, I do recommend trying these out and letting me know if these work for you. Since these have helped me, I'm sure some of these can help you too. That's all for this one. If you like this video, hit the like button, and if you still have not subscribed to this channel, consider subscribing. Consider hitting the bell button so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Thank you so much for sticking till the end, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.